Well, for more on how New York is recovering from the historic flooding, we'll bring in Republican Congresswoman from New York and member of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, Nicole Malliotakis. She also serves on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Congresswoman, it is a very busy time for you. It's good of you to join us this weekend. I want to ask you about the status of that flooding in New York in the wake of the storm. I know you had a chance to tour the area. What are you seeing?
Sure. I met with constituents, visited many basements. We were with the governor yesterday on Staten Island touring damage as well. What I can tell you is most of the water is receded at this point. People have pumped it out of their basements. But we have a desperate need here for real sewer and water infrastructure. The reality is that the city and the state have not kept pace with population growth. And there's been more development, there's been more people, yet the sewer system is not one that can take the capacity of a storm of this magnitude. There is little drainage, and although they've made some attempts in expanding wetlands and blue belts as well as some infrastructure, it certainly is not enough that's needed. And the people pay taxes to the government for a reason. And one of those reasons is infrastructure. And so we see a mayor and a Governor Cuomo, but Governor Cuomo and Mayor de Blasio, who had spent money on all sorts of things. You know, they're giving taxpayer free tuition to illegal immigrants. They are giving them stimulus checks. The mayor has squandered billions of dollars on all sorts of programs that don't seem to help anyone, including Thrive NYC and his Renewal Schools program. Yet when it comes to the true things that taxpayers expect for their tax dollars, they seem to neglect it. And so, you know, the mayor yesterday said he wants to put together a panel for climate change. Well, that's great. But, you know, there's been 4 other panels like that over the past decade, and it's done nothing to assist my constituents who are dealing with chronic issues every time there is a storm. And so what I suggest the mayor do is actually put together a panel to assess the infrastructure that's needed in New York City, the sewer system that is needed to be upgraded, as well as catch basins, et cetera, flood mitigation infrastructure that could occur that would help relieve this water and provide better drainage. And then if the federal government is going to provide funding, if we're finally going to bring this infrastructure bill that's a bipartisan one for a vote, then they will be prepared to maximize the benefit from that package.
Yeah, so to your point, it sounds like the area is getting some aid from the state, but you're calling on the federal government, right, for some federal emergency dollars. What will that do? How will that help the people who are suffering right now?
Well, right now the president has issued a disaster declaration. What we want is for him to also unlock the individual and household program, which would allow for direct assistance to individuals. You know, people get frustrated when they see money coming from Washington and it gets stuck in red tape and bureaucracy. So he's unlocked the aid to go to the municipalities, which is needed to, you know, for reimbursement, for recovery, and that sort. But we really need direct assistance straight to the homeowners who have paid taxes all these years and now need some assistance due to a natural disaster that they had no control over.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned climate change. You know, the very next morning after the storm, we heard Chuck Schumer, Mayor de Blasio, and others, as you mentioned, blame climate change for the ferocity of the storm. And we heard President Biden say it was an example of why Congress needed to pass his infrastructure bill when they come back to Washington. What do you think about that? Do you think it's appropriate to blame this on climate change? I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But should he be bringing politics into this when people are suffering?
Look, we all need to do our part to be more environmentally friendly and reduce our footprint. But at the end of the day, you know, they're using this to push their radical left agenda to try to pass a $3.5 trillion socialist wish list. Instead, they should be calling on Nancy Pelosi to bring the actual infrastructure bill that passed already in a bipartisan fashion in the Senate for a real debate and discussion on where those infrastructure dollars are needed across the country. The reality is you will have tremendous bipartisan support if you're focusing on true infrastructure, like sewer and water infrastructure, like broadband, like roads, bridges, highways. You saw massive flooding of our roadways. And again, it's because of neglect from the city and the state over time, not keeping up with population growth and improving that infrastructure that is needed in the 21st century. That's what people pay taxes for. New York City and New York State, by the way, they spend more based on population than any other city and state in the nation. Okay, yet we're crying now that we don't have sewers in our streets and that people are being affected adversely by it. And so I really suggest that they should put the pressure on Nancy Pelosi, who, by the way, brought us back for a special session 2 weeks ago and didn't even bring up the infrastructure bill for discussion.
Yeah.
Instead, they passed just the socialist package that has nothing to do with dealing with the actual issue that we're facing at this moment.
Yeah, certainly the debate on the infrastructure.
Human infrastructure is not going to help human infrastructure is not going to help my constituents. We need real infrastructure here to prevent this from happening again.
No doubt. And I have 30 seconds left. I want to switch topics if I can real quick. You're on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. I want to turn quickly to Afghanistan and the revelation last week of that leaked transcript of a phone call between President Biden and President Ghani of Afghanistan, where President Biden reportedly pressured him to paint a rosier picture of what was happening on the ground in July. People made life and death decisions based on the conditions they believed existed at the time. Should that phone call be investigated?
Absolutely. I've already called for our Foreign Affairs Committee to hold hearings. We need to get Blinken in. This needs to also be investigated. Remember what they did to President Trump over a phone call? Well, this is much a bigger magnitude impact. We had significant deaths by our service members, and the whole country is taken over. We left Americans before enemy lines. And they did so with our weapons, by the way. And all of this needs to be investigated. And I hope the Foreign Affairs Committee brings us back very soon so we can get answers that the American people deserve.
Okay.
And accountability. There needs to be accountability here.
Certainly there does. Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, thanks so much for spending some time with us today. I wish you all the best for the holiday weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.